Righto, hello there. This is a little run through of the code for Artemis. So the first bit here we've got is the global variables. They just are used throughout the program and store useful things such as the overlay list of different pictures that we're using, the stopwatch and stuff like that that can be used throughout the entire program. When the window's first loaded, it just sort of sets everything to defaults. Just so that it's all ready to be used, and it also hides the UI so that it doesn't show up when the window is like this. You don't want all this showing up when that's happening. Just ease of use, really. When we move on, we've got the build overlay list function, or procedure, sorry, and that will just point to all the file locations of the different overlays, which is in this data folder. This is called forward when the start button is clicked in the window, and that just sort of calls forward all of the different things that need doing when the program started, like showing up the UI, starting the capture, everything like that. And stop button does the opposite, it just resets everything. So when the capture is started, a new capture sort of variable is made, which takes in the input from the default webcam and passes that onto the phase detector script, which we'll go through in a minute. You saw that earlier in the proposal there. This little script here also tells the application what source is being used, so it will say the name of the default webcam and put that into a text box just so the user knows there. And it will add this new event handler into the idle stance, so it will just keep going over and over again. It takes the capture, puts it into the face tracker thing, and then the face tracker will find all of the different faces, overlay those, and then return it back to here. If it does find that a face has been detected, it will do that within the other script and pass that on as a global variable, so it can be read on the script, and then that will display how many faces have been detected there. And then, yeah, that's just all the formatting for it. And there's a little bit of error handling there as well. If it can't find a capture source or something bad happens, it will show the error message for the user. So this procedure here is just a stop capture that will cancel any or video input and reset everything to how it was before. Scroll down just is for the console log that I've made that just scroll to the bottom, nothing interesting there. The quality button is just a simple toggle that goes between 3 and 4, and that quality is passed onto the face detector script, which then lowers or highes the threshold of when a face is detected. If it's on high, the program does tend to run a bit slower, so I normally keep it on the default, which is medium 4. This whole sort of procedure here is called forth when the combo box is changed, so that'll be this mode box here. What that does is scrolls between the different options, and this will set the overlay to that specific overlay. There's nothing too complicated, it just changes the option of which face that you want to be displayed. When apply is clicked, that transfers the text that's put into this input field into the HUD box up there, and then clear box just gets rid of all the text in both of them. Start time literally just starts a timer, shows that to the heads up display. Timer tick is just adding seconds to the timer and then formatting all of the text so it looks, like a timer. Stop time does what you think it does, stops the timer. Hide UI is just used to hide all the elements that can be considered UI so it doesn't look cluttered when you start up. Show UI does the opposite, shows it all, and resets the slide number to 1. And then right image click and left image click just literally progress and go back on this slide number here, which is just a little cosmetic feature there. I'll go through the face detector script as well, just because it is in the PowerPoint, but if you wanted to know. So when this is called forward, it changes the image in the viewer box to what is outputted by this function here. That gets passed a lot of information which is there, you can read that for yourself. It will then find a path for the comparison file, which shows the sort of contrast settings for a face. We will then convert the image to grayscale and put that in its own variable so that we can still have the color version. The detected faces is just an array of all of the different locations where a face has been detected, obviously. the original gets put in its own sort of variable just so we can use that for later. And then the final image is sort of fabricated, turned into a graphic. They're overlaid together, and then this sort of goes through each face in that rectangle array, drawing them over, and then it will return it to that variable and then get put into this image box. So if you wanted just a little demonstration there we go. So if we start it up there, you can see it's all working. My face has been overlaid. We can just change that over. Dogs, we've got cats. And then, as I was saying earlier, hello, this is a test. Apply that, we've got the text up here, and then, yeah, that'll increment the slide number and decrease it as well. There you go, thank you for watching.